Incredible day, family. Welcome to the Your Perspective Matters, where I'm your host, Ronald Wynn. This is a personal growth podcast where we focus on making people uncomfortable. Why? Because uncomfortability breeds growth. Now, on today, I have a very interesting topic that I feel that I want to give to you, right? And I truly believe that somebody's going to be somebody's life is going to be changed. Like, I think this is a life changing message, and life changing information, and not something that a lot of network marketers would say. But it's really like, I think the more and more I do this, the more personal it gets for me, right? Um, so I want to ask you guys a question, right? I need your participation just a little bit, right? Question I want to ask you is, when you are hurt, what's the sound that you make, right? What is the sound that you make when you're hurt, right? Um, and just to simplify it, right? The sound that many of us will make is ouch, right? If you hit your toe on something or somebody hits you, you're saying ouch. Now, the only time you say ouch is when you feel what? When you feel pain. So the first thing I want to give to you on today is that life is painful. Life is painful, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot go through this life without experiencing some kind of pain. No matter what, you're going to go through some level, some shape, some form of pain. But today I want to educate you on a few types of pain, right? There's 5 different types of pain that I've learned that I want to share with you on today. Shout out to Pastor Mike Jr. For his message, and it was so awesome. And I knew I was going to speak about it. I just didn't know when, and this is definitely the time. Um, because I think we encounter life's lessons and we encounter life and we get so shocked in the process of, dag, I didn't even know I was going to experience that, or dag, why did this have to happen? Fact of the matter is, you cannot live without it. You cannot live without pain, right? So, number one, the first type of pain is genetic pain. Right, and I'm going to be speaking about this just a little differently from the way he spoke on it. Right, genetic pain is the pain that you inherit. Is the pain that you inherit. So, oh, thank you, Jesus. I believe, right, and I'm gonna give my perspective on this. We were born shaped in iniquity, right? But most importantly, we were born to experience pain. Pain is what's going to allow us to grow, evolve, to separate, to think. Pain is in everything, right? But the pain that you inherit, I want to not paraphrase, but that word inherit, even though is going to be a whole definition from what I'm saying, but with that word inherit, it makes me think of, hey, you were born in this. So if you were born in it, you're going to face it. Right? I don't know if that makes sense to you, but if you were born in it, right, you cannot escape it. There's no easy way out. There's no, hey, I'm gonna take the high road, the low road, the middle road. You have to experience pain, right? You were birthed in it. Now, if we change our perspective from pain, of pain just hurting us, what if pain was to help us? What if life's lessons that we encounter wasn't to deter us from our goal, but is actually planning to set us up for us achieving the goal? So number one, don't run away from it. Or maybe number two, right? When I said life is painful, number two is don't run away from it. Because you can't. No matter how much you may want to, no matter how much you may feel like it, sometimes you want to run away from it. Sometimes you want to just hide. Sometimes you want to numb yourself. But you can't. It's already in you. I need you to know that it's already in you. Why? Because number two, right? Number two is grudge pain. So grudge pain is the pain that you hold on to. See, with genetic pain, you have no choice. There are certain situations that you just have to encounter. But when it comes to grudge pain is what you have the option of, right? So you're choosing, hey, you know what? This relationship is not for me, but I'm gonna stay there. This relationship is hurting me so much. I'm not getting what I want out of it, but I'm staying there. This job is not doing me no justice, but I'm staying there. This business is taking up all of my time, is not profitable, and I can't see my family. It's hurting me, but I'm choosing to stay there, right? This is the pain that is not easy. Not that any of the pains are easy, but this is the one that's probably the one of the hardest. And the reason why I say that is because you're choosing it. But many times when you are choosing it, you are actually not choosing it consciously. Sometimes, right? There's some situations that you're just unconsciously, right? You're subconsciously, hey, this is what it is. Because that's more so of what I've known. Don't allow your grudge pain. No, I'm sorry. Don't allow your genetic pain, the pain that you're supposed to have, to be the reason why, hey, this is what I'm holding on to. This is what I'm used to. Don't do that. Because there's something far greater in you. There's something that you have to, there's some changes that you have to go through mentally. That's why this is a personal growth podcast. We talk about everything personal growth, everything that makes you uncomfortable. Why? Because I want to make you grow. We cannot grow unless if we are uncomfortable, right? A part of uncomfortable conversations is having painful conversations. There's conversations that we may not want to hear. And I'm here to let you know that yes, there are some pains, there are some life lessons that you have to go through, but there are also some that you're choosing to hold on to. No one else, nobody's putting a gun to your head. Nobody is saying, "Hey, you need to do this." No. You are saying, "Hey, I'm staying here. This is what I know best." You can be going through so much pain throughout your whole life. You've been raped, you've been molested, you've been broken down, you've been lied on, cheated on, you've been overlooked. People have been tearing down your self-esteem, all these different things. Do not get used to it or know that it is not your normal. Know that it is not your normal. There was something my father said that was so powerful. He said that um, you can become mad or angry from and by other people, but you only stay mad because of you. Mm-mm. You only stay mad because of you. So you're choosing it, right? Same way you choose to be angry, you can choose to hold on to a specific pain, a pain that's holding you back, a pain that's not moving you forward, a pain that's keeping you still. Many times what pain does is it what's the word? It blurs your vision, right? It blocks out your vision, or yeah, it distorts it, right? Where you can't see clearly because you are in pain. Sometimes the pain is so severe that it's like, dang, I don't know how to operate in my best self. And I'm here to let you know that maybe this one is for you, the grudge pain. You need to let it go. You got to let it go. It's causing you more pain to hold on to it than it is for you to let it go. I promise you, the moment you let it go, you're able to breathe again. You're able to have a fresh start. Or you're able to start again. Maybe you don't even need a fresh start. Maybe you just need to start again. Pick it back up. See, pain also causes fear. And fear is just an illusion. Fear is just a mirage where you're looking at it from afar, but when you get closer, it is not as what you thought it was, right? So we're going to let go of that pain, right? Pain number 3 is group pain. I think I'm going to come to somebody's house on today. Pain number 3 is group pain. The pain that's influenced by the group. So there's some people in your life that the reason why you are encountering this pain is because of who you're connected with, who you're connected to. Who are the people in your life that the moment they came in, the moment you met them, things started to change. You was feeling yourself. You was feeling amazing. You was your best self. You finally got over some trauma situations, and then they come in your life, and you like, dang. You're reverting back to the drug. You're reverting back to being a cheater. You're reverting back to some things. Or you're just letting go of things that you shouldn't let go. Or you're not paying attention to things that you need to pay attention to. Who are those people in your life that you are holding on to, that you're influenced, that the pain is influenced by them? You can write a list. Tom, Jake, whoever, mom, dad, spouse, best friend, does not matter. This pain has no respecter of person. So it's not okay, this is a type of person. No. There's no type of person, right? There's some people that's in your group that you just have to say you can no longer be here. You can no longer be here. I'm sorry. I know we were cool for some time, but you've served your purpose. Or you can serve your purpose elsewhere, just not around me, because you're causing me too much pain. Oh, man. Oh, dang, that hit deep. There's a lot of temporary, there's a lot of temporary friendships, or temporary acquaintances, rather, that I've had that caused me pain. And the beautiful part about this, right, is that many times those people that are causing you pain, you think that you got to figure out a way how to let them go. And really, in actuality, you just have to focus more on you. Because the more you focus on you, I promise you, they're going to fall off. That's just what it is. As you elevate, if they can't go where you are going, they will drop. You just have to do your best not to pay attention to what their reaction is. When you state, hey, I no longer want to be friends. Hey, I no longer want to be in a relationship with you. Hey, I no longer want to come see you anymore. Hey, I no longer want to hang out with you no more. There's going to be some backlash. There's going to be the ones that's going to throw you under the bus, that's going to start throwing all these negative things. But you have to be strong enough to block them out and stay focused on where you're going because they will fall off. Pain number 4. This one is gonna get deep. Uh, whew. This one is very, very deep, right? Giant pain. Pain number 4 is giant pain. The pain that transforms us. The pain that transforms us. So, there's some people that are stagnant. There's some people that are not moving forward. There's some people that are stuck, are bound. There's some people that want growth, but for some reason, they're not there. There's some people that their vision is way bigger than their mindset. This one is for you. Because there's a pain that you need to encounter that's going to transform you. If we think about the production of gold, right? What's the 3 stages? Is extreme heat, extreme pressure, and then it's I'm not gold, the diamond, right? Extreme heat, extreme pressure, and then it's the cut. Mm-hmm. So no matter how much pressure and how much heat you encounter, you still have to be cut to be considered a diamond. This is what's going to transform you to your best self. This means that you're going to have to isolate from some people. You might be in an isolation situation. You might be in a situation that you might need to go around people, connect with more people. This pain might be something that's it's going to scare you. That's for a fact. You can be scared, just don't be fearful. Because this is not a mirage. This is what you need to encounter, what you need to face. Mm-hmm. If you do not face it, you do not transform. See, there is a version of you that must transform for you to obtain the goals and the life that you desire. There's no one in the Bible. There's no one in any other self-help book. There's nobody in the world that you know that has lived their best life and not ever had a transformation. And for some of us, we may need many transformations. But there is a guarantee that if you want to grow, if you want this specific goal, you cannot get there without transformation. So understand you are going to endure this. This is the pain. Giant pain is the pain that's going to be so severe. Ooh, it's going to be so severe. It's going to be so severe. Like, this was so amazing that I found out some years ago, right? When you are encountering pain, let's just say you have not even a paper cut. Well, yeah, let's go with the paper cut. A paper cut, or let's just say you hit your toe on something, or let's just say you just have this throbbing pain in your leg, right? I want you to try this exercise. Whenever you have a specific pain, I want you to apply pressure for 3 to 5 seconds. Can't go no less than that. 3 to 5 seconds. What's going to happen is you are going to realize that you can endure that pain. Your mindset is now transformed that if the pain that you was encountering was a 4, But for you, you felt like it was hurting a lot, right? But the level of pain was a 4. When you apply that pressure, you're intentionally causing more pain. So when you cause more pain, you are intensifying it. So now it goes from a 4 to an 8. And when you get to that level, when you let go and it starts to give you that pain of that 4 again, it doesn't feel like anything no more. Because you've already pushed it to where it needed to be. Maybe you pushed it from a 4 to a 10. Maybe you pushed it from a 4 to a 50. But now anything below that, you good. You are stronger now. You are stronger now. That was so good. I felt that in my bones just now. Woo! Dang. Let me tell you, you are meant to be someone far greater than you could ever imagine. But it takes transformation. Sometimes having the kid by somebody we don't want is our giant pain. But it transformed you into being more responsible. I could talk there all day, but we're not going to, right? Pain number 5 is growing pain. This is the pain that we need for expansion. So let's talk business for a second. When you are in business and you are making, I don't know, let's just say you're making $10,000 a month in your business. Cool, right? $10,000 a month, you're doing well. Great. We got our sales going. If you want more, you have the transformation for you to do more, right? But now you're in position where you can do far greater. There's something that stuck with me, and I heard this in a conference. It said the worst thing that could ever happen to an individual is if they encounter a little bit of success. Because when you gain a little bit of success, when you start making a little bit of money, you get big-headed. And you think you made it. You think you've arrived. But guess what? There is a requirement for expansion. There is a level of pain that you have to endure for you to be able to expand your horizon. What you did to get there, what you did to start the business is going to be different from what you do to expand the business. What you do to get into the relationship is going to be different from what you're going to do to keep the relationship. And yeah, it sounds, what's the word? It sounds easy in terms of relationship because some people's like, hey, if I got you this way, I'm just going to keep doing that. And that's how we keep our relationship. But I promise you, it gets boring after a while. I promise you, you will lose. Let me not say that. You may have less love for the person. You might be in a season where you don't love that person. And that's okay. But as long as you understand that this growing pain is meant to expand you, you don't quit. You keep going. Because a part of expansion is, what is it? What Jim Rohn said that was so powerful. He said that where there's expansion, there's recession. And then where there's recession, then there's expansion. You can't have one without the other. So if you're going to expand, there's going to be some things taken away. I'm a trader at heart, right? So when I look at the trends, if I'm in a bullish trend, if I'm going in an uptrend, right, I'm looking for some bullish moves, right? And then there's two parts of that trend that happens over and over, which is the full impulse, which is going in the direction of the trend, and then there's the pullback or retracement that goes against it. Some people be so quick to give up because they're in a retracement phase. Some people are beat themselves up because now it's pulling back, and you thought that your impulsive move was going to last forever, and it does not. You are, just like I said, genetic pain, right? The pain that you inherit, the pain that you have to endure. Understand that you have to endure ups and downs. But guess what? When you are exiting that retracement stage, exiting that pullback, right? It's going up, impulse. It's going down, boom. And guess what? After that is the impulse again. And then as you keep growing, guess what happens? Boom, it goes back down again. And sometimes it has to take you back. Oh, man. Sometimes it has to take you back to square one. Sometimes you got to lose it all to blow by your highest level of achievement. Whew. There's some people. What's her name? Oh my God, I can't remember her name. I wish I remembered. It's literally at the tip of my tongue. But she was someone that created a six-figure business. She was successful almost immediately. Like, it didn't take her no time to build her business to six figures, and then something drastic happened, and she went all the way back to zero. I mean, just imagine when you make six-figure money, you start to have six-figure bills. You don't have four-figure bills. If you are very smart with your money, then you keep your bills super cheap. But many of us are not like that. We get those six figures. Oh, we making six-figure bills for sure, for sure. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And she has six-figure bills. She has six-figure problems. Caused her to lose everything. Now you got to rebuild. This is a part of expansion. You got to rebuild. You got to recalculate. You got to gain a fresh new perspective. Hence the podcast, Your Perspective Matters, right? But you got to gain a fresh perspective on what you had already. Now that you have a fresh perspective, she was able to blow past six figures, and now she's a multi seven figure and possibly eight. I don't know. I know for sure she's a multi seven figure earner. For sure. For sure. So it's going to take many times, not many times, I don't want to even speak that over your life, but it may be some times, or it may be someone that you're like, Dag, I had everything and I'm losing it all. Understand that what you thought was your greatest success is going to be your lowest success. Your ceiling, when you grow and you expand, your ceiling will eventually become your floor. Jesus. Your ceiling will become your floor. What you thought was so high and so great is going to become just a basic level. That's going to become your new normal. Because I need you to understand that whatever you build will rise or fall to the level of your personal development. Jesus. That every time I hear that and think about that, that's why I'm so big on personal development. That's why I focus so much on making sure that I personally develop. What books are you reading? Who's mentoring you? Who are you listening to? What are the sermons that you're listening to? What are the positive things you're listening to? What's the type of music that you listen to? When do you listen to it? How often do you listen to it? What's your environment looking like? Oh man, it is so critical. Because when you decide to build, once you understand these 5 things, these 5 types of pain, now you know the level where you are at. Now you understand, hey, I'm going to build, I want to build something, but it can't go past the level that I'm at. If I'm stuck on thinking that I can live a painless life, then guess what? You're going to encounter things that has to deal with you. You're going to be very disappointed if you think you can go through this life without pain. Right? You might be at a level where you're just stuck on holding on to this pain. Oh man. Grudge pain can also be an addiction. Right? Whether it's pornography, sex, whether it's making money, it can be addiction, right? Whether it's the drug, whether it's the alcohol, whether it's chasing the women, whether it's the attention, the addiction, that can also be something that and it's going to be a sacrifice. In grudge pain, level 2, right? In grudge pain, it's going to be a sacrifice where you have to be intentional with letting it go. It's the what I say is sacrifice is the cost of something that you're not willing to pay. You don't want to give it up. You're like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to pay that price, but you pay it because of the results that you want. Hello. Like when people talk about fasting, right? I'm gonna come to somebody's doorstep today, right? When we talk about fasting, um, many times, a lot of the times, rather, we think that fasting is just I'm gonna fast from food, right? Now, yes, you can go some days without food. That's great. But I need you to understand if you really want to have a true fast, you have to make a sacrifice. You cannot do anything in the fast that you're not sacrificing. So if you are already not eating from morning to 5 o'clock, if you're already not eating on a regular basis during that time, you cannot make a fast from when you wake up to 5 o'clock. Because you're not giving up nothing. You have to give something up if you're fasting. And it's not even to say that you're not going to get it back. In some cases, you're going to realize that you're better off without it. But in other cases, it's, hey, this was holding me back, or I'm putting this above other things. I need to put that on a back burner now. I've gave this thing too much focus. Fasting allows you to gain clarity. You have to focus on your personal development. And because if not, then you also stay in groups. You also stay in environments that are hurtful. I had a friend, amazing guy, right? And knew the whole family, which was cool. I know him for quite some time. And as I grew up, I started realizing, hey, we only do what you want to do. We only go to the places that you want to. We only eat the things that you want to eat. We only play the games that you want to play. We only meet up when it's more convenient for you. That was a pain. Whoo, man. I was living my life thinking I was great. See, a part of group thing, right? And I know I'm like hitting some of the points back and forth, but with some of the group pain, what happens is you not end up, but sometimes you can be delusional because you can think that their love, you can think that their pain is love. You can easily mistake that. That's why many times your group pain is actually your relationship. You thinking just they was fine and all of this extraness, this is why you got with them. They know how to please you and take care of you and all these good things. But they don't respect your family, or they don't even want to see your family, or they don't cheer you on, or they don't support you, or they don't love you in your love language. So you end up dealing with things that you don't need to deal with. I think sometimes, oh, I think sometimes group pain and grudge pain are the same, or they can live in the same. Because there can be that pain that you hold on to can also be the group pain. Mm. Gotta let it go, family. Gotta let it go. And if we keep focusing on personal development, guess what happens? That leads to transformation. Did you know that sometimes when you transform, you won't even recognize who you've become? Because you could be a whole different person. A whole different person. Literally, like you could be this obnoxious, cold-hearted person in the beginning. And then you go ahead and get you a daughter. You a father and you now have a daughter. And you become so soft. You're like, who is this? I was never like this. I was running the streets, woman to woman. I was beating everybody up. I was the toughest guy on the block. Now I don't even look for none of that. Now I'm dressing up and watching Barbie all the time and all it. Like, it's literally for a man specifically. I can't speak from a woman perspective, but from a man, I know that having that daughter, it'll definitely soften you up. It will definitely soften. Then you are transformed and you won't even realize, like, whoa, wow, wow. Then last but not least, right, when you are focusing on personal development, you end up realizing that you need to think a lot bigger, a lot sooner. When you are focusing on personal development, understand that there's more that you are entitled for. That's why growing pain is meant to expand you. Because you are at a great level where you're at, but there's so much more. You're already impacting hundreds of lives, but there's thousands more. You're already making thousands of dollars, but there's hundreds of thousands more. There's millions more that you can get. You've already spoke on 2 stages this year, but there's so many other platforms that need your voice. Hear me when I say you are needed. You are needed. I need you to know every part of you, every season of you, you are needed. You are extremely needed. And my quote that I live by, right, is your process is connected to somebody's promise. The things that you have to endure, pain, is connected to somebody else's promise, healing. Whew. You, oh man, you may have to encounter this pain for somebody else's healing. Oh man, it gets deep. Because it gets so deep where I need you to understand that there may be some people that may have to die with the pain just so you won't feel it. Mm-mm. It gets so deep, family. But I'm going to leave you with this. You can, whatever you build will rise or fall to the level of your personal development. If you don't focus on personal development, you won't grow. You won't become better. Understand that your pain will lead you into purpose. Understand that your pain is not a hindrance, but it's a help to your whole entire life. Family, I appreciate you for joining in and listening to this amazing podcast. To me, really express my perspective, because my perspective, I want y'all to type it in the comments. I want y'all to tag me on Instagram, and just say my perspective matters. And then in the next post, I want you to say your perspective matters, and maybe have the pointing emoji pointing at the screen. Your perspective matters. My perspective matters. I need you to know that. Family, this has been an amazing time. If you haven't done it already, I want you to share this out with at least 10 individuals. At least 10, right? I'm trying to get my subscribers up so that way we can be able to monetize and do some amazing, amazing things, right? We have some merch coming. We have some live events coming. We have some places that we're going to even do the live events at, which is out of state. So it's going to be so amazing. But I need your help. I need your help. Not only do I need your help, I need your perspective. So follow us on social media _ Your Perspective Matters. Tap into the Your Perspective Matters podcast on all platforms. On YouTube, as of right now, we are if you're gonna look for us on YouTube, is YPM Pod, right? YPM space POD. Got that? Cool. See you on the next episode, because your perspective matters.